Hey, what's going on, folks? You already know it's Whiskey Wednesday with your boy Cigar Rockstar. Thanks for joining Cigar Rockstar TV. Man, these libations can already get to me, bro. Already getting to me. Thanks for joining Cigar Rockstar TV. Please, like, subscribe, share, and all that. Today is a very, very special show. We got our first mixologist on here. Welcome to the show, Ken Milo. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you for having me, bro. I appreciate this opportunity.
By way of Baton Rouge, right?
That's facts. That's facts. That's facts.
You born and raised Baton Rouge?
Man, I'm born and raised Baton Rouge. I'm as Louisiana as it's going to get, man.
Oh man, you know you sound your English a little bit too proper to be out of Baton Rouge, bro. I mean, I don't know.
Man, bro, folks be telling me that all the time, man. But man, I remember I'm Baton Rouge, bro. I'm Baton Rouge all the way, all the way.
That's dope, man. That's dope for sure. So I know you're on Instagram as Top Chef Milo or Top Chef _ Milo. Let's talk about the name a little bit, man. What made you come out with Top Chef? You serve a lot of Top Chef drinks. So what's the image behind the name Top Chef Milo?
It just, man, you know what it is, man. People go on the bar, and everybody know that top shelf. That's as good as it's gonna get in the bar. If you want some good, it's gonna be on the top shelf. So there it is. There it is. But I remember it just kind of worked out that way, man. Milo, my last name, and man, I can't really tell you exactly or how exactly that name Top Shelf came to me. It just kind of flowed, bro. It just kind of flowed. But I mean, people be in a bar, and like you get to making good drinks and entertaining folks. Folks that have all kind of names for you, man. So it's cool names. I guess somebody else might have came up with their name at first, and it just stuck. But I don't really know.
Hey, you know they say, man. They say that the best nicknames are given, man. So you're all right.
Yeah.
So before you started rolling, man. I think you mentioned a couple other names that people call you.
Well, yeah, oh yeah, man. But they call me Special Forces when I got started in my 20s. They call me Special Forces. They call me Top Show. They call me Creme de la Creme in New Orleans. And they call me Showtime right now. And I mean, I like that Showtime the most, man, because nowadays it's Showtime, brother.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've seen a few posts on your Instagram, man. You definitely put on a few drinks. Cocktails I've seen you prepare. You definitely put on a pretty good show, man.
I appreciate it.
For sure. So you are a mixologist, man. How long you been a mixologist for?
Man, I've been mixing cocktails about 15 years. And the whole thing about this mixology thing, man, anybody tuning in this, man, go to a place where somebody's talking about their mixologist. Say, hey, how you became a mixologist? They're gonna look around for a second and say, oh, I decided I was one. But it's just like once you get to a certain level of like mixing drinks and you understand the concept of balancing the cocktail, then you can kind of adopt that name. But they don't really have like a program set to like chefs go get certified chef certifications and things like that.
Yeah.
The beverage drinking world hasn't really gotten into that yet. And
that's crazy.
Bro, I know, bro. And I'm a big pioneer because, and see, maybe that's why it's good that a lot of people may not be watching this right now because everybody don't need these answers. Bro, with bartending and mixing drinks, like if you look at like food stuff, they got Gordon Ramsay, like I can say that name and everybody know who I'm talking about, because that's like the face of food. But when it comes to mixing drinks and bartending, who do you say? Like the guy off Bar Rescue? Well, he ain't no bartender, he just on there acting a fool on people. But they don't have no household mixologist. And you see, that's why I told you what I told you. I say I'm an entertainer. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't have no household entertainer that's making drinks. It's me. You're talking to him. You know what I'm saying? And my brand, Milo's, that's the Chanel for bartenders. They don't have a brand of accessories or clothes that all the entertainers or mixologists or the premier drink makers, they don't have something that they could put on like a Gucci, behind the bar. And like you will see them wearing that, and that's like bartender Gucci, They don't exist for bartenders yet. Well, it does, but I got it, and I'm the one that's growing it. But man, that's the thing about mixologists and bartenders, bro. I don't think they realize yet how important they are to the industry and the world. Bartenders, some of the coolest, drippiest people you're gonna meet, bro. And
Yeah.
it's like they just be in bars, like, bro, that dude cool, and he just behind the bar, and
Yeah. Answer me this, bro. So straight up question, no disrespect. Is there a difference between a bartender and a mixologist? And is it disrespectful for me to say, hey, Ken Milo, you're a bartender instead of a mixologist? Like, in your opinion, is there a difference?
The mixologist is tending the bar. And now, I mean, the difference, like if you want to look at them a certain way, or like going to different kind of spots, like craft cocktail spots and stuff now, they use that word mixologist. But a mixologist tends the bar, just like an entertainer is also tending the bar too. But I mean, like if you want to set it for levels and like looking for, just certain expectations, like when it comes to your experience, be looking for a bartender to make you them and drinks or something straight, or something easy, like maybe a lemon drop. They might be able to pull out a lemon drop or old fashioned, but bartenders more set up to just give the and drinks. And in my opinion, bartenders are set up for speed and a lot of people coming in, but but once the experience start to break down, like the more it break down, the higher level of entertainment that bartender got to provide while still making those drinks. So it's like bartenders like 103, mixologist 102, and then you got your entertainer, that's 101. That's good as it's gonna get.
I got you. That makes sense, man. So you mentioned you're pretty swag guy, man. I like the drip you got on, all that. I did see on I believe your Instagram or your Facebook that you do have accessories. I saw a couple of hats with your logo on it. So the hats is, I think they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. And but the logo is it an owl?
Oh yes.
Yeah. What made you come out with the logo with the owl? Like what's the definition of that?
So the logo came about. I was at my sister house, and I mean I've been LLC about 10 years now. What not about 10 years now, I have been, and I came up with that logo about maybe 6-7 years ago. And I was at my sister's house because at the time she was the only one that had the programs that had all the pictures and stuff on it to be surfing through on the computer. So I was over at her house just surfing through the stuff on it, trying to find something that could be a logo. And we came across this fat little cute little owl. And I don't know why that was my pick, bro. But I was like, I like that owl. And she was like, okay. So she put the owl to the side, and man, but that's I don't, because like this stuff just like the logo and stuff, I just kind of created it and put it out there to the world, and the world let me know how tight it was, but but it's like when I was in the moment creating it, it's like I wasn't like this about to be the one that's about to blow up, it was just like, I like that, and we put it together. So it was like the tuxedo and it was the owl, and I put it together. But the owl signifies it's a nocturnal creature. He's a nocturnal bird. He's a nightlife creature, and the owl mean wisdom. The bird mean wisdom. So I just got that, and I got the tuxedo. What you expect to see your bartender or some high-end service in. The black tuxedo, black pants, white shirt, bow tie. I put him in that, and put that drip on him, put that hat on him, man.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, people saw it, and they was like, "Oh, I like that, I like that." And you know what it is, man. People let you know you like something, you're gonna go with it, and the more people let you know that they like it, the more confidence you get in it. But man, people just start seeing it, and they liked it, and I mean, I liked it too, and I got it. And start to get it, send it to like the bitters guy or the t-shirts guy, start sending these different people. The guy make the stickers, the guy make the lapel pins, just send it to all these different people. They get your logo, and it's and it's like they edit it to put it out for whatever kind of service they're doing. But it's like making little small, like little changes to your logo. But just over time, just like doing different products and working with different people, like it has shaped up to like how it look now. And it look real good now, bro. And I'm real confident. Like the vibe that I go for, like with my hats and stuff, is I want to have that polo vibe. You see that little horse, and you know what time it is. It don't say Ralph Lauren. You just see the horse, and you know what time it is.
For sure.
So
Yep.
So
makes sense. Yep.
That's the same way my owl is. You see the owl, you know what time it is. I ain't got to put Milo's on it. That's wasting space. That's a definition. Give me what the definition means.
Yeah.
This owl means Milo. So when you
Yeah.
see the owl, you know what time it is, man.
So I know you got accessories, hats. I heard you say lapel pins, stickers, and all that. I think before we started rolling, and also on your Instagram, I saw you have a line of bitters as well.
Rockstar, I got bitters. That's like a way to easily break that down for people. I say bitters is like salt and pepper for drinks. You got your salt and your pepper for your eggs. You know when you need to stop on your eggs or they're about to be nasty. You know when you got to stop. Same way with the bitters, man. So I really tell people bitters is like a cocktail seasoning. Look at it like that.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So how'd you come out? What made you come out your own bitters, man? Did you not like what's on the market, or you just wanted your own little flavor to it, or you wanted to come from?
Yeah, just becoming in tune with my life and who I am, and want to be, and being a creator, bro. I'm telling you, the biggest gatekeeper to a lot of stuff is just what's in people's head, bro. Ain't nothing hard to do. Ain't nothing new under the sun to do. And it's like people be spending their money on stuff, and all it takes is just a little research and a little homework and an agenda board. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But bro, just knowing how easy it is to make bitters is not hard, but the amount of people actually going to go do the homework is slim. And like, that's what I figured out. That's why you just want to go for what you're doing. Because once you really start doing it, you realize that the amount of people that's actually really trying to do it, it's a handful, bro.
Yeah. I understand that. We had a guy on here, AJ. He's from Aluminum Cigars. He mentioned something to me that I've never heard, and I took it to heart. He says everybody wants to own a business, but not be a business owner. And I was like, you know what? You're right about that. You're right. Yeah. And that, I mean, that's facts. Like you with the bitters, man. You still got to do your homework. You still got to own it. You still got to be able to market it. You got to do your own work with that.
Yeah. But just like selling, and see, my thing is almost like how you had LeVar Ball come out with his sons, and they was in basketball, but they had their own brand, Big Baller brand. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's like the same vibe that I came with the mixology and beverage industry, because all bartenders get good and think that the ultimate goal is to work for Grey Goose or to work for Patron, and the ultimate goal is in my opinion is to be getting paid to be expressing yourself and your creativity doing this stuff. So but just like taking that approach and just becoming more enlightening and more in tune with reality. You know what I'm saying? I saw all kind of stuff. I got socked because I know my logo was tight. So it's almost like, in a sense, well, put your logo on as much things as possible. So I got,
yes,
I got condoms. I got all that. But think about it. If you in a bar, like, that works for being in a bar. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah,
it's genius.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So yeah. I'll be in the bar and I'll be selling my merchandise out the bar, and people really enjoying the experience. So it's like any good show you go to the show, you enjoy the experience. Then after the show, let's go hit the merchandise booth. Let's go get some merch. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's what folks doing for me right now. So it's like, well, in a sense, Ken, if you know they buying the merch, then you need to come up with some more cool merch. Ding.
So, yeah, definitely that. Definitely. Man, that's genius, man. That's genius. So I saw you on IG, man. I took a like to your page and all that. You're in the, the libation world. I'm in the cigar world, and we all know cigars and libations go hand in hand. You know what I mean? So let me call Will out on this, man. Will, what's one of your favorite things to drink, Will?
I'm probably gonna have to say rum.
Ooh, yeah. Like a Ron Zacapa or something?
Nah, probably Diplomático or Plantation 20-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Bamboo.
Oh, you like a darker rum?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. So
Ken, let's go on a limb here. So you said Zacapa, and I know John likes Zacapa as well. I think he mentioned Zacapa 23 last time he was on.
Okay. Yes,
for sure.
sir.
Yeah, for sure. So what flavors or what taste do you get out of what's the rum that you like, Milo, and what flavors and tastes do you get out of it?
I like the Ron Zacapa a whole lot. I like the Ron Zacapa a lot. And man, just here in Louisiana, because we a big state that's into spirits and liquor and distilling stuff. Man, it's a bunch of distilleries around here that know me. I go to different distilleries in Louisiana, and I do cocktail classes, and I use my barware, and I use their products. So so just right now, my favorite rum, and it's a bunch of rum distilleries in Louisiana, and they have some tremendous rum in Louisiana right now. But my favorite rum is coming from a distillery called Three Roll, and that's right in Baton Rouge. But they make the rum from sugarcane, and it's called Three Roll because they use a Three Roll press to make it. But they have a dark rum, a spice rum, a white rum. They even have a whiskey, a vodka. But I actually enjoy their spice rum and their dark rum a whole lot. That's my favorite right now. It's from Three Roll. It's an indigenous Louisiana rum from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. But it's national. It's in your liquor stores and stuff. It's called Three Roll. That's my favorite rum.
So the beauty about cigars and cocktails is the networking. So this is what I'm about to suggest right here. John, talk to Ken offline. Can't talk to the Three Rolls, and maybe Three Rolls and you can come to Tampa and do a showing or a tasting or whatever it may be, something like that. And that can happen a lot, man, in the cigar world. Like I said, cigars and cocktails go hand in hand.
Yeah.
So that'd be something dope, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Well, we could do that, man. That's why I'm telling y'all, like now it's like since the product right, I figured out the two other things they got to be just as tight as your product is, guess what? Your paperwork and your relationships.
Yeah.
You can have a badass product and your product could be, the Chanel for bartenders. But guess what though? Your paperwork got to be just as tight on the other side, man.
Mm-hmm.
And just like and like learning these things. I'm learning these things through time, and just like learning these things. But that and doing things like this here, man. And bro, I pray a whole lot. I pray daily, multiple times a day. And the Lord reveals to me, that's who shows me the things I need to do. I'm just playing offense, but that's the coach. That's who give me the playbook. I tell him what I'm trying to do, and I tell him that we're trying to score, and he say, Ken, this how you're gonna score, and I follow that, and I listen to that, and I thank him for that, But everything happening right now, me meeting you, talking to you, bro, man, everything be happening to me, bro. It be coming from the Lord, and bro, that's how I know, it's pure, it's right. But just like talking to you, like making connections, making friends now, starting to talk to people, and man, just making relationships.
Yep.
Bro, bro.
That's important, man. That's important. So you mentioned so John, man, I know you said you like Zacapa. What do you like to smoke with your Zacapa, man?
Oh man, I normally go spicy. I go dark and I go spicy. So I like the spice and the way it blends with the dark fruits, the caramels, the all of those different aspects that are in the Ron Zacapa, and the thing is it depends on what you make with it. I mean, you can make a mean rum old fashioned with that joint, and that joint is just beautiful. I actually had a guy do a rum old fashioned with chocolate bitters.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
Changed the game. I was like, I'm done. That's my drink forever.
Wow. I never heard that, man. I never heard that.
Oh, yeah.
Man. That's crazy. That's crazy. So Ken, man, I know you, man, you've been mixologing for 15 years, but are you like, how many old fashions do you make? I mean, smoky old fashions, chocolate old fashions. Is that one of the requests of all time?
Bro, I'm a bit mad, bro. I'm like McDonald's with the old fashioned over 1 million served, bro. but man, bro, but that's bro. Nowadays, like folks pulling them to me, bro. And they just, I'm telling you, man, like they so trustworthy to me. A lot of folks just be like, Ken, do your thing. So, they give me the liberty to go about doing stuff. So just something I've been doing, I got this little a chocolate chip, and it's like wrapped up with with a little piece of gold foil. And I build it like an old fashioned with some rum, and I hit it with some chocolate bitters, and I make this nice. Well, I do the orange peel, and I get the Italian candy cherry, but I turn that garnish into a flower, and I call that a rose gold.
Man, stop playing, bro. Stop.
But I mean, bro, if you see it like if you see me in action, bro, everybody be like, bro, folks be telling me, Ken, you the Salt Bay bartender, and I'll take that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah. So where does this creativity come from? And where do these ideas come from? Do you just sit back and make a bunch of drinks and you test yourself and drink them, or is it just complete a little bit of you and some feedback from from your fans and all that?
Yeah, that, and I mean, it's just knowing the game. If you shoot that three enough, you're gonna be like Steph Curry, why you gonna shoot it and turn around? But I mean, it's just like knowing how to balance a drink. You'll know that this amount of liquor go in it, this amount of sweetener go in it, this go in it, this go in that. Knowing that, you just start to replace components after a while. And so I mean, like I have some at home. It's called the Flavor Bible, and a lot of cooks have it. But in this book, it tells you the holy grail of flavors that combine fruits and vegetables. It tells you everything that works well together. But to have a book like that as a reference, that's when you can start really just like hitting people with a curveball. And they be like, what? But this tastes amazing. But it's like just studying the craft and knowing the game, I can now add my style to it because I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
let me pause for a second. I give a couple shout outs to people who jumped in. Mr. Cruz, what's going on, sir? I see you pop something up, man. What you drinking tonight, bro? What you smoking as well?
That's a little loud here, but I got the little leather rose, chilling.
Oh, of course. I got you, sir. What you sipping on? I saw you pop up. I saw you pop a bottle a minute ago.
Yeah. Got that real McCoy. You know me. I like my rum.
Yeah.
Miss Terry, I see you.
5 years.
How everybody doing this evening?
All right, man. You said we just hanging out, man, having some libations, having some conversation. You know what it is. Word.
I've been missing your views, man. That's my first time getting on here, so I missed it. Sekou sent me an invite last week, but I was busy doing something. I said, let me put this on my camera so I can make sure I get in here.
Yeah,
I've been down here, but I had company come over, and I'm sitting here chopping up. And Company said, let me jump in the joint real quick, so I'm gonna come in. I can show you some love, my brother.
I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for stopping in, man. Always a pleasure, man. I appreciate you big time, for sure. And we got Terry on here, bro. Cigar Picks. What's going on, Terry?
Oh, nothing much. I'm just sitting down, chilling it now. Got your invite. I'm like, oh, thank you, because I can't keep up with which day of the week it is.
I hear you. I see you smoking. Are you drinking as well?
No, I'm cutting back on drinking right now because I'm changing some of my dietary habits.
Oh, there we go. There's his resolution starting off. That's what it is.
That's the only thing about alcohol. It has so much hidden calories in it, bro.
Yeah, no. Is that now? I think it probably depends on what it is. Is it the sugar, the calories, or is it where do the calories come from?
It's with the mixed drinks, it's the calories start to add, like doing the flavor syrups and the fresh fruits, and you know what I'm saying, man. Folks will really enjoy it, and they'll be coming to see you every weekend, and like it be hitting calories, it be hitting sugar in those cocktails, and that's why that stomach can't get to that 6-pack, the 8-pack.
Yeah,
drinking them cocktails every weekend. So
do you have a recommendation for people? Maybe that I should be on this list of people who maybe want to not drink so much to reduce calories. Is there something that you can say you make for people who like, hey, I'm Weight Watchers or gluten free or something like that?
They got like but they got all kind of new fasts they come out with now, like keto cocktails. They got skinny drinks, but a skinny drink and just something that's popular. People do vodka soda lime. That's completely boring. But
but I mean, that's what I do, man.
Oh,
like you said, I don't want all that sugar and stuff, man. You know, I want a little bit of flavor from the lemon and all that.
Yeah, I'm doing low carb or really zero carb right now, so I don't want the sugar at all.
They got, you know, people substitute the sugar for, you know, for different things too. Sometimes, like a Splenda or something like that. Folks will substitute the sugar for different sweetness as well. But the best thing you could do is just do some soda with a squeeze of citrus, or you could do more like a skinny drink. People might do like you ever heard somebody say like a skinny margarita maybe, but that's just tequila, and they do the lime juice, but they don't add any sweetener at all to it. So they do tequila and get a little sweetness from the tequila, and then add that triple sec, that orange flavor liqueur, and they'll just let the sweetness come from those two drinks. But skinny cocktails is cocktails that has the juice in it, but don't have a sweetener in it too. So I mean, you can always do something skinny, but you know, you might not enjoy what you're getting with that. You know, it's like eating that, you know, eating or drinking diet stuff. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's diet, but this shit don't taste that good. You know?
And actually, if you're watching your sugar, you can just drink alcohol straight. It really has no carb effect, not unless you overdo it.
Right, but you gotta, you got to take what come with drinking alcohol straight.
Yeah. But most of them do that anyway.
So that's another topic, man. I know you're mixologist, man. You make the phenomenal drinks, man. From what your drinks are art, man. You know what I'm saying? They're art. You know, I think most people on here, or at least myself, and I know Will, we usually drink straight and neat, man. Do you prefer to make your garnishments in its beautiful piece, or there's nothing wrong with drinking neat, man?
Man, sir, but I'm gonna go and see, but this I was telling you, like it's 103, 102, 101, but the entertainer is still a bartender. So what I always say is, like, let's say I got you guys in there and it's a cigar event going on in the back of the parlor bar, and y'all want it straight, you want your liquor straight, because that's how you like to drink it with your, you know what I'm saying, with your cigar. Oh, bro, always tell people, always say this: if it ain't broke, I ain't trying to fix it. You know what I'm saying? So how you like your drink, I love it. You know, if you like it neat out the bottom, then that's good. That give me more time to clown. But remember, that's my thing too, bro. Because like I say, the entertainer, the mixologist, their ultimate goal is to still please their guests, you know, to make them happy. So at the same time, if somebody come up to you and they know they want Ron Zacapa, then the best thing you can do is pour Ron Zacapa. You know, you don't have to, they don't want all that. They want Ron Zacapa. I'd be like, I'm gonna pour like we're at the house, and I just get it and start pouring in the glass. But man, but that's something like, I mean, like once you get to a certain point, because an entertainer or a mixologist, that's just like bartenders elite, you know. But at the end of the day, those persons are still coming to you for the libation. I'm still here to prepare your drink. So what do you really want? If you just want water, I'll be more than happy to just get your water. You know, it don't have to be nothing crazy. You know, it don't have to be crazy. And but that'd be a lot of things nowadays. Like everybody see me and come up to me and just think that they, you know, think that you have to get something out of this world. But at the end of the day, it's like, well, I want you to just have a good experience. If you have the best experience possible with Ron Zacapa, man, I'm trying to get you Ron Zacapa. I want you to leave out of there like, man, this guy was the best cocktail experience I've ever had, and I just drunk Ron Zacapa because it's deeper than what's in the glass. It's about the smell, it's about the visuals, it's about the people, it's about the, you know what I'm saying? It's about all the senses, it's about touching all the senses. And what's in the glass is only hitting one sense, the taste, and you might smell it, you know, and you see it. But I mean, it's a lot more senses that go into a great experience. You walk in the cocktail bar, what does it smell like? Do it smell like eucalyptus and mint, or do it smell like the men's locker room? You know what I'm saying? All that creates like, this was the best experience I ever had, you know? So at the same time, if you don't drink mojitos, I ain't trying to make you no mojito. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get you what you want at the same time. I want you to have a blast.
So I know you mentioned the best cocktail to have is a Milo drink or Ken Milo special, whatever. Is there something in particular that you make that you love to make that's like that your if somebody say, hey, make me a drink, what would you make for him? Like anything off the shelf. What would you make for someone who said, "Hey, I want to drink. Make me a drink."
I got 3 cocktails trending big right now. I got one called the Love Potion. It's a rum cocktail, and I got another one called the Bar Havana. It's a whole bunch of rum in it, and I got another cocktail called the Ava Marie. That's named after my daughter, and that's pretty popular as well. But I mean, Brett, it in my opinion, it like all depends on like when a person coming up to you and just communicating to them, and like people will tell you what they want. So it's like, well, if they want something bubbly but not too sweet, then you might start to think French 75, like gin lemonade with some brut champagne. But if you know that, then you know that, hey, I could just get the sweetness out of that drink, and I can replace that with a rose serve. Now it's gin, rose lemonade, brut champagne, and that's a whole different drink now, and you could dress it up totally different. So
wow.
Yeah, bro. It's just, it's just like knowing the game and then communicating with people and just knowing how to balance a drink as well. But 3 drinks are like I've been pulling on people lately a lot. Is my Love Potion, my Bar Havana, and my Ava Marie. But it's like the cocktails, the combination is a 10 out of 10, but the visuals to it and the presentation is like off the Richter scale. So I mean, like, but that's what it's about. I mean, man, nowadays I could just freestyle a drink, bro. I'll be telling folks, I'm like, they be like, what you gonna make me? I'm like, I'm Jay-Z in the booth. I don't even know. I don't write this stuff. Once I get to your cocktail, we're gonna figure it out then. But I remember it's just knowing how to balance a drink and then talking to people. Like, you had said the rum, the chocolate bitters, like knowing that I can add another component to that, and then it'd be a whole different cocktail at this point. Like I might add a little green chartreuse to that and then keep the chocolate in, or just add something else, do a like a y'all drinking rum or some cognac. I might just do a champagne cocktail, but I might put rum in the base of it, which is sugar key with the bitters and the brut champagne. It's just small details you could do, but it'll totally change the cocktail up. And once you totally change the cocktail up with the profile and put a different garnish on it, after you name it, bro, I'll be telling people, I'm the doctor. I just delivered this baby. You got to name your own baby. You know what I'm saying? But I remember that's just how it be coming, and just communicating to people and just knowing what you're doing. But to answer that question, my cocktails has been most popular lately. It's my Love Potion, my Bar Havana, and my Ava Marie. And I'm gonna post them on my stories just so y'all can see what they look like and see what I'm talking about.
For sure. So everybody follow Top Shelf Milo, Top Shelf _ Milo. You definitely get some cocktail classes, get some game on the cocktail world. So yeah. I got a shout out with my brother that's jumped in here. Jameson, what's going on, bro?
What up, though? Life is amazing, man. I don't know if these AirPods are working. I don't know if y'all can hear me, but
Yeah. You in there. You're a little low, but you in there. So hey, we got Ken Milo on here, man. He's a mixologist, man. And I know Jameson, you one of the heads up at Grand Brûlot, which is a coffee liqueur.
That is correct. And we are actually in Denver, Colorado right now. We just closed about 9 accounts today. So 9 new locations for Grand Brûlot in Denver, Colorado area. And I would love to see what you whip up so we can name that baby.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So Ken, man, Milo, one thing that also pairs well, we're talking about, libations that pair well. Now, I saw you drinking some red wine earlier, they pair well with certain cigars. A lot of people do coffee in the morning with a cigar, maybe a lighter cigar. And they may add, put some kick to it. They may add some Grand Brûlot. Do you make coffee liqueur type mixers, type drinks and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, man, bro. Yeah, man, Rockstar. I do it all, bro. I studied the game, man. I know my coffee drinks. I know my coffee liqueurs. That's what I was gonna ask them. What's the coffee liqueur? A rum-based coffee liqueur, because that's what a lot of those coffee liqueurs are, rum-based, and a lot of you guys like drinking rum up there already. But
no, it's cognac. It's based out of France, and the mixture is Cuban coffee.
Oh wow, yeah, what? Yeah, man, that's bad. Yeah, that's a grand product. That's better than Kahlua. Just from the sounds of that.
Exactly. It's in its
Yeah,
own category. I'm
yeah,
proud of
it
it.
is. It is. That's not. That's good. That's yeah, man. I'm gonna have to get my hands on that and do some stuff with it, man. I would love to do something with it.
What city you in, man? I'll make sure to send you a box.
I'm in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm in the cocktail state, but yeah, man, I got a nice following in Baton Rouge. I've done a distillery tour once already, and I went around to all the different distilleries trying their products. But just now I'm going around to the different distilleries doing cocktail classes, making these real elaborate cocktails. And I got it broken down to where people can easily get the concepts, and they're using all my barware. But the catch to it is I'm using that distillery's product to make those cocktails.
Yeah, for sure. That's a
Yeah.
must. Yeah, that's dope.
And
That's dope.
Rockstar, he sounds like a great feature for a tastemaking experience.
Yep, for sure. Yeah. So before you got on, Jay, man, we was talking about he's still new into the cigar world, and I was telling him, cigars and libations, mixology. That's a marriage in itself, right there.
Right.
For sure. G, man, what's going on, bro?
What's up? How's everybody doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Oh man, I see you in the hoodie, man. What's you under the weather there? You just chilling? What's going on, G Spot?
Listen, Rockstar, I love you. Listen, Rockstar, I love you. Terry, I love you. Will, I love you. I am Jameson, I love you. Cruel, I love you. Rat, I love you. But I'm on some other shit tonight.
I just got your box the other day, bro.
Fuck the box. You got my direct number.
Oh, I don't.
Who is that? Who said that?
Who said that?
Cruel. My direct number is 901-801-0956. I fuck with all of y'all, so y'all can have my number. My number ain't no damn secret. 901.
You can't get no realer than that.
Yeah. So I would like to remind everybody that this is going on Rockstar TV on YouTube. So if there's certain information you don't want on the internet.
My number ain't no secret. If I don't want to talk to you, I'll tell you I don't want to talk to your ass. 901.
Say real recognize real, bro.
901-801-0956. 901-801-4276. I'm giving you two numbers. 901-801-0956. 901-801-4276.
Yeah.
I fuck with all of y'all. All y'all can have my phone number. It ain't no secret. If I don't want to talk to you, I'm man enough to say I don't want to talk to you.
Put it in the chat, G.
Hey, listen, I'm just listening right now because Rockstar, after you get through recording, we finna deal with some shit.
Oh man, okay, no doubt.
All right, but everybody got my number. Y'all need me to say it again? 901-801-0956. That's my direct number. Ain't nobody gonna answer but me. 901-801-4276. That's my direct number. I'm gonna mute for now. Rockstar, after you get through recording, we gonna deal with some shit. I fuck with you, Rockstar. I love you.
Oh man, I feel like I'm in trouble right now. I might have to go sit in time out.
Rockstar, you are not the problem. Like Maury say, you are not the father. Not the father. Rockstar, you are not the problem. But we gonna deal with some shit.
Appreciate. I got you, G. Hey,
all right, so, everybody good. But I will not disrespect you or your goddamn recording. So there we go.
All right.
I'm going back to mute. So
we got Ken Milo on here. He's out of Baton Rouge. You can see him on IG at @topshelf_Milo. He's been a mixologist for 15 years by way of Baton Rouge. So Ken, I know we talked about Zacapa 23 different rums and all that. I think there's a few people on here, myself included. I'm more of a Scotch fan. How complicated is it to make a drink from Scotch? Or I know you said you prefer rum. You think you got a lot of rum based ones. How complicated is it to make maybe a vodka drink or a Scotch drink or a rum drink? What is it? Is there different approaches to it?
Yes, I mean it's not. It's it's the same rules to the game when it comes to balancing the drink. You just got to know the different profiles to the kind of scotches you use. Like where it's from, a Highland, Lowland, or wherever it's coming from in Scotland to know the profile to it. But I mean, it's still just following the same rules to making drinks. It's still following the same rules to making drinks. Do you want to make it a 2-to-1 drink? You want to make it the same style you do a cosmopolitan? You want to make it like a old fashioned? I mean, it's still the same tools that you're using. It's still the same material, but you just got to know the profile of the kind of scotch you're using. But I mean, like once you know that, if it's a Lefroy or Ardbeg, it's a smoky peaty. Once you know what you're dealing with, then you kind of know what to do with it. If it's a Lefroy, that I ain't about to put all this fruit on that, like that. I ain't about to add a bunch of sweetness to the Lefroy. It's just knowing what you're working with too at the same time. But I mean, it's only 13 kind of cocktails out there. All the drinks come from 13 kind of drinks. So if you know those 13 formulas, then you know how to make drinks. It's just, do you want to put it under that profile? Does it fit under this category? Do you want this much sweetness to it? Do you want to do a 2-to-1 sweet? It's just knowing the different ways to make drinks, and then knowing the spirits that you're using. But once you got that stuff down, Rockstar, I'm telling you, bro, you could down to mix with whatever you got close to you. It's just knowing what balances with what, and knowing the ratios to the amount of what you put in that drink. But once you know the rules to the game, you know the rules to the game, the rules to engagement.
Yeah. So you mentioned 13. What do you mean like there's 13 different types? Like what do you mean? You mean like there's a vodka, there's a rum? You mean what's the 13 you're talking about?
They got like the martini, the flip, just different ways to make a drink. Different ways to make a drink. Like the mojito style, the old fashioned style, just like different ways you could get a drink. The sour style. But everything fits under those categories. People just change it up from there. But it ain't nothing new coming out in the cocktail world, but brands and the actual visualization, the aesthetics to the drink. But what's actually in the glass, it ain't nothing new. It ain't, what I'm saying? It ain't nothing new. So that's what I'm saying. Like, once you good, like the guys in California, they just as good as the guys in New York, or just as good as the guys in London or the guys in Dubai. But what really sets the guy apart from those guys is how well is he entertaining me with that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
It's about the experience.
Yeah, that's what I really come to find out. That's what it's all about. So mixologist is not the final form. The final form is the entertainer. That's the final form of the drink mixing stuff. It's the entertainer. Mixologist, that's the 102. That's, what I'm saying, becoming awakened to. But it's like once you become awakened to it, then that's when you can start to really get into yourself and seeing your style with it. And then once you put your style on it, that's something totally new now. Now you're entertaining people.
Yeah. So Milo, man, if you ever come to Dallas, bro, and you let me know, I'll come to one of your events, man. You got to customize something called the Rockstar for me, bro.
Man, I already got it. I'm ready for you, bro. I say, bro, I'm gonna be coming to Dallas soon, man. Everybody trying to get me in Dallas already, and it seems like everybody's starting to migrate to Dallas, bro. And I'm like, man,
there's some facts in that, man. There's some facts in that for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. So I know. I mean, before we started, I think you said you used to make cocktails for certain, Renaissance hotels. You've done the distilleries, whatever. Like, how do people employ you? They just do you go to them like, hey, I'm a cocktail guy. I can do this for your brand, or do they come to you? Like how does someone hear about you or employ you?
Well, yeah, nowadays, man, they got some. Just to be honest with you, bro. I put in so much work and like consistent work, like they know me in town already. So I mean, it's people calling me and hitting me up, asking me to come do consultant work for their bar, and I'm telling them like, man, how you know me? And the last guy that I just did consultant work for a spot downtown, I didn't know the guy anything. I asked this guy how he know me. He said that he saw my content on Instagram. So you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, once you start putting in enough work, you know, it starts to work for you. And I mean, bro, I just really worked hard. Like I said, man, I was gonna go with my business like somebody on the Titanic. I was gonna ride that ship till it went underwater. And I was gonna go out, you know what I'm saying, fighting, doing as much as I could. But just the connections I've made, man, you know, I got the country clubs here. Both of the country clubs, they featuring me. I'm doing cocktail classes at the country club. I mean, it's just so much, and like just putting in the work. And because it ain't nobody in line in Baton Rouge, you know what I'm saying? It ain't nobody doing what I'm doing. It ain't no line. So, you know, it's easy to be the name that's the household name here, because it ain't no line. The bartenders, I'm the only entertainer in town is entertaining with a cocktail, because everybody else don't even see the game like that, you know. So they not bringing the juice like that. They ain't hitting like that. They still trying to go employ, you know, be employed at a bar. And if you're working at a bar, hey, this is how you do it here, you know. So they can't never really, you know, say had a liberty to just go all out with it, you know. But
no, what do you owe your success to? Is it obviously you make a good drink, and you know you're an entertainer. What do you owe your success to? Is it a little bit of both? Is it just cocktail making? Is it, I mean, you got drink, you got style. Like what do you think people, when they hear about Top Chef Milo, what's the first thing you think they come to their head?
Remember the thing, I think the people come to see me, like what they know that they're gonna get from me is they know they're gonna get a good time, a good entertaining time from me. And I mean, like what really got me like so into the game and like into this like this is just originally, I just needed to make money 15 years ago, and it was a job. But, you know, start meeting people, meeting connections, meeting ladies, friends, and just being able to express myself with it and enjoying it. You know, it sparked more of an interest of, you know, wanting to get deeper and go deeper and just to have more of my own style to it. But just, you know, doing that for 15 years, you know what I'm saying? I mean, just sticking at something for that long, you know, you're going to end up with something eventually if you just stick, you know, if you stick at it, man.
Yeah,
For
sure.
I mean, but that's how you're looking at, bro. It's just somebody who been at their craft for 15 years, and you know what I'm saying? I ain't missed a day at work, bro.
Yeah. So have you had? Would you credit any of that? Did you have a mentor growing up, or are you self-taught? What do you give credit to for like your cocktail abilities?
Remember, I'm self-taught, and man, I'm just always, you know what I'm saying, picking up books and internet. Man, I'm a big YouTube guy, man. Came up on the YouTube, books and stuff, just working on the scene. But my whole thing was, man, I mean, bro, I just needed a gig at first, but just doing something and getting good at it and just want to continue working on it because you're good at it, you know, and you start to enjoy what you're doing and just fall in love with practice, you know what I'm saying? And just loving what you do, bro.
Yeah, for sure. And we've been talking for a while, man. We got Ken Milo on here from Top Shelf _Milo on Instagram. He's been a mixologist for 15 years by way of Baton Rouge. I want to open the floor for questions, man. Anybody got any questions on the floor? Man, Ken, I guess we're hitting all the topics, bro.
I was about to say he's already hit it though, that he can talk to a person and then figure out kind of what cocktail. Because one place that I used to go to when they were open, it was a cigar bar, but they had a bartender that I would just go in there and tell her, okay, I'm in this kind of mood. And she said, I got you. And she could fix something up. And every time it hit the spot.
Yeah.
Every time. Because I do, even though I drink a lot of things straight, I love cocktails. I do love cocktails. And I like creative cocktails. So when if it was hot outside, she would do something citrusy. You know, if it was cold outside, she'd do something a little bit heavier, but she was always on point, and I appreciated that.
Milo, how you doing, brother? This is Rag from the West Coast.
Yes, sir. I'm doing well.
My go-to is old fashioned. That's my drink. I drink that. My girl, she's a hell of a old fashioned mixer.
Yeah.
What do I think Rockstar can attest to that.
There he is.
He had one or two of them. How do you do your old fashioned, and what's your? I don't want to say your secret, but
Yeah.
you know, I like a classic old fashioned.
Yeah.
What do you do to yours to make yours different?
That's like, I was about to tell you, I actually make my old fashioned the old fashioned way. And I hit it with the bitters. I use the orange peel. I use a good bourbon, and I use just a little sweetener. And if I make you a classic old fashioned, that's what I'm doing. But something to the old fashioned, man, like to a lot of those classic cocktails, it come down to the TLC, man. You know, like how much are they getting into like muddling that? And, you know, like, do they pour the spirit in it and fill the glass up halfway with ice and mix all that up and then put the rest of the ice in there? You know, it's just like paying attention to details with a classic cocktails. But man, just some maybe you should go try. I always tell people this cocktail here, this is something that I make very, very, very popular, and I call it a horse neck because I came up with this drink off a spinoff of a classic cocktail called a horse collar. But a horse neck is use you a good overproof bourbon, use the orange bitters. Use the aromatic bitters, use the orange peel, just like an old fashioned base. But what you do is fill it up with a good peppery ginger beer, and that's a very popular cocktail as well that people have been drinking lately. Something that I've been making, but man, I've been making so much stuff just like off the dome. Like if you come up and tell me that you like old fashions, like right now, I just got this strawberry roll syrup. I just got like all these different flavor syrups that I have. Like I might say, well, hey, we could substitute that with this. You know, maybe you might want to try that with this. Or I got this good Louisiana bourbon. It's this good dark bourbon made from molasses. It's come from this place called Three Roll. We'll use that as your spirit, and we might use that Satsuma orange maybe, and we might hit it with them chocolate bitters. I heard somebody say that was a good idea. You know, so it's just like knowing things that's indigenous to me, knowing what you want, and then knowing how to make a good old fashioned. I mean, man, I'm gonna whip it up. I'm coming with it. But I mean, my old fashioned, I actually like to make my old fashioned the old fashioned way. Now, if I'm making you something else, then I might use that old fashioned base because that's actually that's the definition of a cocktail. A cocktail is a type of drink, and that's a drink that has some bitters, some type of citrus peel, a spirit, and a sweetener. Now, that don't mean it have to be bourbon or orange peel, Angostura bitters, and simple syrup. It just needs to be a spirit, which could be tequila. It could be a grapefruit peel. It could be lavender bitters, and it could be some like a cardamom syrup. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, that's crazy, man.
And that's crazy, and that's called a Rockstar. You see what I'm saying? That's how that works. That's how that works.
I'm with it. There you go. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. Rockstar TV. You heard it here.
That's how that works. And see, that's a rock star. So it's like y'all see me in person, and then I dress it up and I put the show on. And next thing you know, I made a rock star, something brand new to the world, and I gave you the best entertainment you've seen while doing it. Man, give me first place.
Yeah.
Give me the part. Give me the part. I want the part. I don't want the money. I want you to walk out of here saying, that's the best god doggone person I've ever had to make me a drink. And if I get that, then guess what the reward is? The reward is I'm going to get paid anyway, because that's how the game go. The first places in any craft, they are 7-figure, 8-figure company. You know why? Because that's the reward for being in the first place. It's money. That's the reward.
Yeah, I get you. That's dope, man. That's dope for sure.
I want to affect you. You know what I'm saying? I want to affect you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I go after. That's why I say I'm here to entertain you. I want to affect you. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what you drink. I want to affect you. I want you to leave out of here with an opinion like, man, when I go back home, these people not going to believe who I saw, or, you know, on your Instagram and stuff. So, I mean, just having that energy, I feel like that's the energy you need to have as a creative. You know, don't go in there worried about, well, I'm putting this out. Well, I should make this much money off of that. It's worth this. No, that's how you're going to lose. You got to go in there with just say, hey, I'm going to make the best experience for these folks. I'm going to get the part. And once you get the part and they realize they can't do it without you, you integral to their success, then guess what? They're gonna give you whatever you want.
For sure, man. For sure, man. I see you've been grinding for a while, man. You got some you got the blueprint to it, man. That sounds pretty dope, man. So I see a question in the chat. It looks like it's from Mr. Cruel, man. It says, I'm a rum drinker. What's some good rums to try and some good rum cocktails?
You know what? I would suggest trying, just because I see the kind of drinks y'all be doing. I would do like a darker rum, and I would build that like a Manhattan. So that's just like some cocktail seasonings with a sweet vermouth. That's a fortified wine with some botanicals in it, and you'll add that to your rum, and you stir that. The game goes that you stir anything that's liquor, and you shake anything with juice. So if it got a little juice in it, you shake it. If it's all liquor, you stir. But I would do something like I would do some sweet vermouth with some dark rum with some bitters. I would do rum and ginger beer, and maybe add some kind of flavor syrup to it. I would do rum and a cocktail style of drink. It's just like knowing, you see what I'm saying? It's just like knowing the type of drinks you could just start to replace different things with rum. So it was doing like a whiskey sour style drink. We'll replace the whiskey with rum, and we might replace the simple syrup with another type of syrup. And we could even replace the lemon juice, maybe with yuzu lime juice or Myers lemon juice. But you know, just knowing classic cocktails and knowing what spirit you want. But I would suggest something with rum. I would do rum with just like those good full body spicy cigars that y'all be smoking.
Yeah.
I would do rum, a good darker rum like that plantation rum y'all saying, and I would do that with like a sweet vermouth, because that's gonna bring out some of those spicy notes too. But I would do that with just some of those bitters, man, something like that, and get it stirred. Make sure it's stirred cold. But yeah.
Yeah, man, I like that, man. You made me want to. I'm about to hit up Total Wine, bro. Something like I hate you, man. I hate you. I gotta tell you, man. My cocktail skills are definitely a negative 1,000, man.
Oh.
Yeah. So you know, you give me some Uncle Nearest, man. I'm gonna just pour that straight neat, and right. I might throw a cube or two in there and just sip on that, man, and smoke my full body. So you definitely intriguing me, man, to step outside my box a little bit, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, Rockstar, I didn't realize I had it on. Then I'm like, oh wait, I forgot I got that shirt. And look what coffee till cocktail.
Yeah.
Till cocktail.
I heard that. I heard that.
I'm like, how appropriate.
Yeah, for sure, man. This is crazy, man. So Rack, you mentioned old fashions, man. Did your old fashions vary, or you do the same thing?
To be honest with you, brother, I don't make them.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You know, so I like mine to not to vary until I have heard this young brother, you know, speaking about his. So I wouldn't mind trying something different. But the way she's been making them for years, man, is the way I've always drank them. So when I go out, that's how I expect them to taste. But you know, I would definitely try something different, you know. But you know, whoever's making it got to have that same energy that Milo got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I went to a spot. We went to a spot just recently. Ordered an old fashioned, you know, and I mean, it was probably the worst drink I ever had in my life. And this dude tells me that's his specialty. Now, that's my specialty. I make old fashioned. That's what everybody come here for. I said, okay, well, I'm gonna try it. I tried it. You know, you don't want to disrespect the bartender, but I didn't order another one. You know,
right. Give me the Zacapa give me the Zacapa neat for the second round.
We went to another spot for the second round.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
No reason to stay.
Oh, he did it all the way through. Oh, man.
He just had to get up out of there.
Man.
Yes, sir.
Man. Hey, Milo, man, how important is that first drink to a new customer, man? Like you hear his, you know, his experience, man, you know, and he left the doggone place, man. How important is that first drink? For somebody you never met walking up to you like, hey, make me a drink, man. Like how important is that for you to do something well for him?
Man, look, it's like that first, man, what they say is like that first 15 or 90 seconds of meeting somebody to leave that impression. Same way, bro. You know, like what this is my impression on you. And if you don't know me, then you know, this that one chance I got to get the part. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, if you want the part, you know what I'm saying? You only get one time to really go for the part. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I mean, it's that important. It's that important. It'll make or break the whole experience. You know, like, man, did they have a great drink or did they not? But I could tell you this here too, just like the gentleman there didn't want to tell the bartender that it was nasty. You know, it's like sometimes if the experience and the ambiance is good, it makes up for a shitty drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, just, you know what I'm saying? Just knowing that too. And, you know, like knowing all these things. Because remember something I'll be going through nowadays. I'll be feeling like, man, I call it like the Emperor's New Clothes effect. I think everybody just like telling me that they love my drinks just because it's me making them. and like the drink will really taste terrible, you know, but it's just like people really enjoy the experience so much that they won't even tell you that, you know what I'm saying? They won't tell you that this was the worst old fashioned I ever had in my life, because like I was saying, it's about more than what's in the glass. Now, the glass plays a big part of it, but it's not the only thing to the experience.
Yeah.
You see, so I mean, if that's the only thing that you have to provide for the experience, then it may be for you, you know, but you know, if you got the other things going on that you could use to help enhance the experience, sometimes you could get away with making a cocktail. Because, you know, people coming up to you asking you to just make them something. You ain't gonna get 1,000 out of 1,000 orders, right? You're not, you know what I'm saying? Some people are not gonna like what you make for them. They just not gonna, you know what I'm saying? You missed that one, and that's okay, you know, but just having other things, you know what I'm saying? Other things that they like there, the environment, the entertainment, the smell, the people, you know, that drink don't mean nothing. You know, I just order something else next time. That's okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely understand that. So Mr. Cruz said, hey, he needs a custom drink as well and call it Cruel Intentions.
I like that. That Cruel Intentions is gonna put somebody out. That'd be too.
That's what I was saying. That's probably like a overproof. Like you know what I mean? It's probably something heavy, man. Probably something heavy.
It sounds like a date rape drink.
Yeah.
Damn, why we gotta take it there? Yeah. I ain't about that life, bro. No.
So not to pick on Rack, but you know, so like, do you accept constructive feedback? Like, Rack have said, should he have, not to pick on Rack, you know, but should he have said, hey, you know what, I appreciate old fashioned, but it's not my palate. And have you heard something like that? And how do you take constructive feedback, man?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, you know, I mean, after a while, but you can't please them all. And just like where I'm at in my career, I be appreciating people honesty, because like I say, I be feeling like the Emperor's New Clothes. And you know, sometimes that's just what you need to hear. It's like, you know, the real deal. Maybe this drink really don't taste good. You know what I'm saying? And you need to hear that from people sometimes. You know, so
and also I think it's regions. Like where we were when I got this drink, we're in a small town, and everybody comes there to. It's like Cheers, you know what I mean? That bar. Everybody knows the bartender. Everybody know one another. We knew that was one of our first 2 or 3. We had been there maybe 1 or 2 times, but prior to that. But I think he made that drink for those customers, and that's the way they liked it. That's what I believe, because you know, I walked when he brought the drink to my table. You know, I asked him, does he make the old fashioned classic way? He said he did, so I was okay with that. But then he brought the drink to the table. It had, you know, 15,000 ice cubes in it. Strike 1, strike 2. He used red cherry, and then he used exactly. I don't like mine muddled. I like the whole cherry. And then then at the end, which was the worst thing you could do for me, is he used soda water.
Oh yeah, bro. That's man.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was disgusting on every level, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you saw him making it for, you know, everybody at the bar. So that's what they like.
Man, the thing is, but that's what I say, bro. Like people come to a bar, like everybody don't come to a bar for the drink. Some people come because the bar like friend, like cheers. And they just like the environment. So it's like, if that's the house bartender for that environment and they just want to fit in and like they just hit for the vibes, yeah, that shitty old fashioned is great. It's great because what I'm saying? This everybody usually come here. We all trying to be in good vibes. The bartender's he's a nice guy, you know what I'm saying? But it's his drink just shitty. But going to that bar every weekend, it's like, well, I could deal with that. I just ain't gonna order old fashions, but I'm gonna tell him that his old fashion's great, so he can just have that happiness and that confidence. But someone like you who don't go there all the time, man, this was terrible. This is terrible. But but that's what I say. Like, just being comfortable that I ain't got that the Emperor's New Clothes syndrome, because that's what happened to him. Man, that's the Emperor's New Clothes, man. He thinking his drink good. And man, he really walking around naked. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, ain't nobody even really tell you that this tastes like shit, bro.
Right.
Yeah,
I hear you. I hear you.
He's smiling serving it because everybody that's coming out, they tell him, John, you're great. We just love it here. And like they leave him a $20 tip and everything. But you know what I'm saying? They just like the vibes, man. They just like that there's people all there for the same reason. We all trying to be happy and have a good time. This drink is the smallest thing,
Yeah. So you mentioned something, man. I want kind of go into. So everybody says tip your bartender, man. Is tips important? Do you feel like it's a gesture to say, hey, good job, thank you, or are tips mandatory? Like what would you say about tips or someone tipping you or whatever you want to call it?
Tips are not mandatory. The word tip means to ensure prompt service. So I mean, it's your service prompt. You know what I'm saying? That's on you to decide. You know what I'm saying? It's a service prompt. You know what I'm saying? Is this person doing it for you? Did you feel like this person kept a good eye on you? Did this person do, like some extra credit stuff? Like just walk up on you with some shots? You know what I'm saying? So like, I mean, like all that equal to tip, and that's for you to decide. You don't have to leave no in between 12 to 18%. A tip is for you to decide, and it's like nowadays, I be telling folks, if you really want to tip me, then your tip will go even further if you buy a hat, or you buy my trading card, or you buy a lapel pin. You see, so I mean, tips is different for people, but I mean, if you just going to work just as a bartender and going to go work the shift to make your tips, then I mean, that's what it's all about. That's why you're there, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, but it's other animals out there in the bar like myself where, they ain't.
In Virginia decided on the name for the team. So being Nicole's team and Virginia's team too.
It ain't always about to tip with everybody. We're here to make money.
But she is the beauty.
But tip is good, but I mean, that's for you to decide.
Hey, Mr. Crew, you got some background, Mr. Crew. I gotta mute you, bro. I think I don't know.
Oh, snap, my bad. I ain't know I was on.
Now you good, bro. You good. I just muted you real quick. My bad. So we on here another Whiskey Wednesday with your boy Cigar Rockstar. Tune in to Cigar Rockstar TV, like, subscribe, share, and all that. We got Ken Milo on here from Top Shelf _ Milo on Instagram, Top Shelf Milo on Instagram. Been a mixologist for 15 years out of Baton Rouge. Man, I have never. I don't know. I don't want to be naive, but my cocktail skills are definitely undergrade, and I'm definitely getting a lot of knowledge on this, man. This is crazy. So let's convert this to cocktails and the cigar world. I know we've been kind of doing both. So say if I walked up to you, you kind of mentioned something earlier. I'm not a, like I said, my cocktail skills are low. I'm like, hey, I'm smoking this cigar, man. It's full body, full flavor, man. It has some pepper to it, man. I could taste some oak in it, maybe some citrus vibes, whatever. Is that enough for you to be like, oh, you know what? I got the perfect drink for you. Bam.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was really easy. I mean, you basically just said to drink to me just now. You want some dark, maybe put some bitters in it, you know what I'm saying? And or maybe give you a little splash of lime juice and that ginger beer, that's always a good go-to that I like to go to. Real easy for that spicy.
Why is it ginger beer? Like I feel like people underestimate ginger beer. Why is it ginger beer important?
Man, yeah, if you get a really good ginger beer, then you could taste pepperness and and spicy notes in that. And then, you know, it give you that carbonation effect, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, ginger beer is good. You just can't have no syrupy ginger beer like a Goslin's. You know, if you're drinking something full of syrup, then that's what it's going to taste like. But I mean, it's some ginger beers that's not super syrupy like that. And that's what you want, you know, something like that to play off that citrus and to bounce off some bourbon or some good rum. I always like to do overproof bourbon with ginger beer because that ginger beer plays down that overproof bourbon. And yeah, and you still get that kick like the Uncle Nearest. Man, I would do that with the bitters, the orange peel, and a good ginger beer. And I get that to you in like a 12-ounce cup, especially if that's your first drink you having with me. Just something that, you know, just to get the ball rolling. But man, bro, you would drink that, and I give you like 2 ounces of that Uncle Nearest, and I know it's like 100 some proof. Next thing you know, you ain't had 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? Advanced, man, you ready?
Yeah. Yeah, that was 2 ounces out of 12, man. I think I need a little bit more than that, but you know,
Rockstar,
hey, you professional though. I'll take your word for it. I'll give it a shot, man.
Rockstar, pace yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I tell you, Rockstar. You gotta pace yourself, my guy.
yeah, no, I got you, bro. So that brings up another, you know, so that drink responsibly is a very, you know, cliche term, whatever. I mean, drink responsibly, man. Like, is there moments that you've been serving drinks and you thought somebody probably had too much and you didn't serve and it was an attitude, or like what's your approach of serving alcohol to someone that maybe not need anymore, or how important is drink responsibly to you?
Bro, I mean, it's everything because I mean, some of those people, y'all might have mutual friends together, you know, and you'll have to deal with that if something was to happen to them. You know, they have some stuff like working for myself, you know, man, people getting hurt and stuff, they'll try to make you liable for it. You know what I'm saying? Even though they 40, 50, 60 years old, they still try to, you know what I'm saying, play that blame game on somebody else.
Come on, man. Come on.
Right, yeah, bro. Oh, yeah. Remember, this stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? But I remember people being there drunk as cool to brown, bro. And they don't be knowing left from right sometimes. And man, you know, they'll just fall back like an older 6-year-old lady like 2 weeks ago. Bro, this lady so drunk, bro, she fall back like she hitting a fadeaway. And just like, and bro, fall back and head, you know what I'm saying, hit the floor. And this is an older lady, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, man, you know, like, I would rather just tell her, madam, it's halftime. You know, you got to chill, or, you know, man, I can't be serving you no more, than like serve her another one and like she just die on your bar top, you know? So it's man, nah, but I mean, you can usually tell, Rockstar, you could usually tell when you can't serve them, like they don't need no more. Like you could usually just like tell, and like they be so out of it half the time. You can kind of just like, and then like just kind of go over them sometimes.
Yeah.
But I mean, but if they get to the point where like they too wasted, you know, if it's you or me, it's gonna be you every time. You know what I'm saying? I ain't about to lose my job just so some super drunk person could just, you know, continue blacking out. You know what I'm saying? Man, I gotta eat off this, you know. So
yeah, for sure. So let's get into a little bit of I guess price points of different beverages. So I would say one of my favorite beverages is Evan Williams Bottle and Bond. I learned it from you know, Terry. I learned it from Sam. Evan Williams Bottle and Bond, which is 100 proof bourbon. I think it's like $13 a bottle. Would you say making cocktails or whatever it may be, does the quality of the liquor, the price point of the liquor matter when it comes to flavor and making cocktails and making what you want?
You know what? It does. And but you want to know a little secret? All these crafted cocktails that people make, all these out of these world like drinks that's on cocktail menus, bro, they make all that stuff. The majority of cocktails that's made, that's a cocktail, that's a mixed drink that got different combinations in it. A lot of people using well brands, and that's well brand is like the cheaper call brand. And you can usually get a bottle of well vodka for like $12, and it's 26 shots in the bottle. And that's why they say bars should make 300% off the liquor that they buy, because all that stuff, bro. Yes, remember all that stuff like Uncle Nearest and Ron's the Copper, they're not mixing with that. They're mixing with just cheap stuff, and we charging you 15. Bro, my bar Vana costs $18. And that's a cocktail. And I'm in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I ain't in no big city. You know what I'm saying? But remember, I'm using cheaper stuff for that.
Not to interrupt you, but that's based on the ounces that you pour. I'm a cigar lounge owner.
Mhm.
That's based on the ounces that you pour. I pour 1.5 ounces in a drink.
Well, you know what? Yeah, that's like a 103 drink. That's a 103 level. If you're drinking a Jack and Coke, yeah. But if you're drinking something that's like a zombie recipe, you might have 4 rums and they all got 1 ounce of rum, of a spice rum, a silver rum, a dark rum, and a 151 rum. So it's just all on a level of drink making that you mixing drinks on. Yeah, I do 1.5 ounces too for a standard drink.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it.
If you're drinking a Crown and Coke, yeah, the standard pour. And you know what? To be honest about it, that's a really good pour, because the standard pour, people have been ripping folks off. They've been doing
It's
the
a
ounce and a
damn
quarter.
It's a damn good pour. 1.5 ounces is a damn good pour.
Exactly. That's a damn good pour.
In
So
addition to that, I usually pour an extra 1/2 ounce. So my drinks are usually 2 ounces. And that's not to knock you. I'm just saying, as far as I'm concerned. So when people come into my lounge, if they order a drink, it's usually a 2-ounce pour. I don't tell them that, but it's usually a 2-ounce pour. But you good.
yeah.
For sure, for sure. So I saw Bella made a comment earlier that me and you, Kim, I think we brothers from another brother, bro. She talking about our styles are similar and all that.
Yeah, man. Look, man, Cigar Rockstar, bro. I seen you drip on the internet. I was like, man, this dude drippy. I was like, man, remember, I gotta reach out to this guy because this guy got it going on. Just straight up.
I appreciate it, man. You know, I appreciate it, but man, you do you, I do. We just do our thing, man. You know what I mean? Ain't that's just what we do, man. You know.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So I will say, you know, since that's a comment, like, what do you owe your style to? Like, is it just you know, you watching TV, you just feeling that day, you got visuals, like what do you owe your your drip, your fashion to?
It's a combination of things, and it all really just come from, like, you know, just living life and experiencing stuff. Cause I remember just living life and experience stuff. And then, I mean, you know, we're online now, you be seeing all kind of stuff, you know. So it's just like surfing through stuff on eBay. I mean, I'm a big avid eBay guy, antiques, you know what I'm saying, man. Grew up, mama taking me to a thrift store with all the time, you know, stuff like that. And just always seeing stuff like that and learning how to just put things together. And just getting older and becoming my own, you know, and just liking what I like. And you know, after a while, you know, it's about what you want. So just starting to get what I want, but just being inspired from just all sorts of things, bro. Just all sorts of things inspiring me, bro. Just
yeah. Me too. I get it. Yeah, me too. I get it for sure. I get it for sure. Yeah, I'm with it. She said, or at least we brothers, or at least first cousins.
Yeah.
Hey, man, so we mentioned you got bitters, man. You got your own bitters out. You got accessories, lapel pins, hats, stickers, cards. So, man, what's next for Ken Milo, bro? Like, what's next? What's next for you? Like, what's your
next is? I'm gonna tell you what's next. So, I have a company, and I do consulting work. I sell the merch. I do the pop-up parties. But what I'm going through nowadays is, like I said, you know, it's flattering when everybody copying you, you know, and we could identify where that talent comes from. But right now, I'm still at, in my opinion, I feel like I'm at like a urban legend stage to the town. It's like I'm doing all this cool stuff, and everybody, you know, like the town's starting to look like me, and people starting to take my style, and I'm consulting at places, you know, people starting to know that Ken Milo was here. But all that's all right, but you know what I'm saying, being cool and giving out the game, like my daughters don't eat off that 10, 20 years down the line. So it's like, my thing is, I just had to take a halt, because bro, I was doing online cocktail classes and everything. I just slowed down on it, because what I need to do is I need to have a Milo's cocktail lounge where we can say that this style of drink mixing or this drink style or this look to a drink came from there. Because right now the whole city's starting to steal my stilo and look like me and make drinks like me and everything else. And it's like, we can't really say that, you know what I'm saying, this was done at this place. Because they had, Ken Milo might have done it, but he was featuring at such and such place. So that place still get the credit for the great experience. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I need folks to know that they had this grand oasis experience at Milo. So this year is all about getting my craft cocktail bar open. And that's all I got
Where
left.
are you?
What's that?
Where are you?
I'm in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
You're not far from Memphis.
No, I'm not.
Take down my number.
I got it, G. I'll give it to him. I got it, G. I can forward it to him.
You know
All
what?
right,
I got it.
let's figure out what I can do to help you.
Oh man, I would appreciate that. That's 901-800-956.
Not 800, 801. 901-801-0956 or 4276.
I got it, G. I appreciate it.
Whatever I can do to help you, let me know.
I really appreciate that, and I will be reaching out to you.
For sure. So, man, you know, we are still in a pandemic, man. You know, your business is very much social. How'd you fare through the pandemic, man? You know, I know at least in Dallas, they shut the city down. We had a curfew. We couldn't be out. We can only go to the grocery store. Yeah. How did Baton Rouge do that? And how'd you make it through the pandemic, bro?
It was the same thing here, but what I did in the pandemic, I had got that money after selling my Bitcoin and my Ethereum, and man, I started buying stuff. So what I had bought was I had bought bar tools and got them branded with my logo, and I got this nice backdrop, and I was doing online cocktail classes, and man, I was selling online cocktail classes, and I was just really just doing that and just living off my money, and people were starting to buy my merch too, my t-shirts. And I would sell something called the cocktail in a box, and you get all my cocktail tools, you'll get my bitters, and you'll get my collectible card. People was buying that stuff from me, but I was really doing internet classes, and that's how I found out like how to become like a household name is, bro, the internet, because those folks seeing you and liking you on Instagram. Bro, I got a big following in Kenya, Africa. I ain't never stepped foot in Kenya, Africa. And when I do go there, I'm already be famous because I got a huge following there, and they just all met me and following me from the internet, from Instagram.
Yeah.
Bro, it's to the point where like they got their ambassadors there, and those guys see me and they love me and they want to be a part of what I'm doing. You know, so I'm just about to have them as Milo's ambassadors. I got guys in France, I got a guy in Italy, I got guys in different parts of the world. Man, I ask these guys, I say, man, can I just send you some of my merch? And you know, of course they saying yeah, and I sent it to them and I asked them just to take a picture in it. And they taking pictures in front of the Roman Coliseum, in front of the Eiffel Tower, you know. Ooh. And they doing this in my brand, bro. So like, bro, we global, bro.
Man, that's beautiful, man.
Bro, that's global. So
man, that's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So like during the pandemic, I was just doing online classes. And I mean, I was selling them for cheap, you know, not to shoot too high, because I noticed everybody, especially during the pandemic with the cocktail classes, they trying to charge people arm and a leg because, you know, they're trying to make some money to eat off of. But you really win by, you know, giving a price that people are comfortable with, so you can keep on getting repeat guests. Yeah. You know. But I mean, bro, I was just eating like that during the pandemic, and I talked to some guys then, and they told me once the pandemic lightened up, then they would like to feature me at their bar. And when the pandemic lightened up, you know, I mean, I had the contract ready, and that's what I'm doing now. Yeah, bro.
That's great, man. That's great.
That's what I'm doing now, man. So, bro, it's like, remember, everything working out for me, and I really appreciate these guys because they gave me the platform, you know, to perform and to get more prestige and to get my name out there more. But that's gotten me to the point now where it's like, well, bro, you could be this good, but eventually, if everybody keep watching you, they catch up to you, and then it's no more uniqueness about you. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm the one that's putting in the work, praying. I'm the one that, you know what I'm saying, following the code of faith. I'm the one living it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for them to be getting it, or the bar owners to be getting it, then they winning, and I'm the one doing all the homework. So it's like, well, Ken, you got to do
Yeah.
something to make some money for you, or else you're gonna end up with the short end of the stick.
Yeah. Yeah. That's for real.
Yeah.
That's for real. That's for real. Hey, once again, we got a Top Chef Milo on here, Ken Milo. He top shelf _ Milo on Instagram. This is Whiskey with your boy Cigar Rockstar, Cigar Rockstar TV. I want to open up the floor for questions again. We've been talking for a while. Let's see what we got on the floor. And we'll keep it riding.
After,
Hey, go ahead,
we're gonna all talk mess, but right now let's go ahead and respect Rockstar. Milo, my question was going to be the ladies in Louisiana, especially Baton Rouge, them light, bright, and almost whites. How are they responding to your get down?
Bro, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Remember the white folks in me, and I don't know what the fuck I got going on.
I get it.
I mean, bro, they loving it like everybody else. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I mean,
I don't mean the white folks. I mean just the ladies themselves.
Man,
like,
bro, man. I mean, on the weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I mean, at this place that I'm at right now with the contract, the people that's like really there the most is women, and women are bringing in the guys, you know, because the guys trying to be where the women at. But man, the women are there because they loving the ambiance. Because I'm hitting everything they looking for. The drink's good, the visuals are good, the smells good, the aesthetics are good. So you know what I'm saying? They're there, man. I'm getting great feedback from the women, but I mean, I'm just getting great feedback from the whole city, because the place that I'm performing at right now is the #1 cocktails bar in town. So just to be able to operate on that platform, you know, I'm attracting all sorts of people, but the biggest amount of repeat guests that I'm getting are females, and they just loving the experience because, you know, it's different. And Baton Rouge is a slower city, as you know. It's slower, you know what I'm saying? And for me to be entertaining how I'm entertaining here, you know, it's the best thing we got going on, you know, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I mean, I've been getting a whole bunch of great feedback, but the people that I'm seeing from week to week, every weekend, are women. That's the most of my repeat guests are women.
Good to know.
That sounds like a good problem to have, man.
It is.
It's a wonderful problem to have.
It is.
You know they say when if the women come out, the men follow. You know, so that just strengthens the crowd, and, you know, strengthen that your legacy a little bit for people coming out to see you.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Man, hey man, Ken, man, we talked about a lot of things, man. We talked about, you know, paying with cigars. We're gonna get you more in the cigar world, bro. We're gonna get you a little bit more in there. You know, your accessory line, man. You know, people, you do shows, you do cocktail classes and all sorts of demonstrations and stuff, man. So I like to ask my guests one last parting question, man. And I guess why should somebody maybe hire Ken Milo, or why should Ken Milo be a mixologist in somebody, you know, in somebody's lounge or bartending, you know, or bar?
Yeah, Milo gonna give you a good world-class experience like no other. And after you leave from having an experience with me, I will be your favorite entertaining drink mixer in your entire life. But yeah, but I mean, bro, besides that, I mean, I'm just really into what I'm doing. I love what I do. I value people, you know what I'm saying? I value the moment, and you know, I'm built up off good principles, and I mean, bro, God leading me, bro. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, bro, I'm all positive vibes, bro. And I ain't missed a day of work. I'm passionate about what I do. I mean, it's there. It's there.
I got you, man. Hey, I'm a fan, bro. We gotta get you down to Dallas. Hit up my boy G. We get you to Memphis, man. You know, you got some people in here to look out for you, bro. Definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate you.
Yeah, bro.
Don't forget Cali. I'm gonna always rep Cali. Bring your ass to Cali.
Man, look, I'm there, man. Any spot in any one of y'all cities where, you know, I could come mix some drinks, Man, I will come there because I want the exposure. Like I told y'all, I want the part. I ain't worried about the money. I want to be the best mixologist in your city. You know what I'm saying?
You coming to Memphis, motherfucker. I don't know you. But because you on Rockstar Zoom, I got you. You coming.
G, I'll pull up on you, G. I'll pull up on you.
No, we gonna make sure you pull up on me.
Pull up on me.
Yeah. But I mean, bro, I'm real passionate about what I do. I get it. I'm a very attentive guy. I got a lot of street sense. I'm fashionable. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't
been doing it for 15 years, man. Been doing it for 15 years.
Bro, I'm passionate about it. I'm very passionate. I'm hungry. I'm hungrier than ever about it. And I see my ultimate goal with what I'm doing. And I'm gonna be the #1 bartender brand in the world. So I mean, like, if you want to keep up with that journey, then I'm your guy. You know,
I'm with you. I'm with you, brother.
If you want that journey, I'm
Rockstar. Is he good?
Hey, I co-sign.
Rockstar.
He's good.
Milo, if Rockstar say you good, I got you.
Well, on that
if
note,
if you fuck up, Milo, it ain't nothing on Rockstar. If you fuck up, it's on you.
Yeah.
But if Rockstar say you good, I'ma ride with you.
Yeah.
Fuck up, fuck your ass.
On that note, thanks for tuning in for another Cigar Rockstar TV. We had Ken Milo in here, the first mixologist on Cigar Rockstar TV. Please like, subscribe, share, all of that. I appreciate y'all joining. I'll see y'all next week.
Guys, I appreciate y'all, man. Peace. I appreciate all y'all.
No, stay here, Milo.